It finally happened. JoJo's Part 9 has finally dropped. I read this chapter this morning and I can say it's raw. So without spoiling too much, what do we know about Part 9? Araki gave us this preview in Shonen Jump. It is a spread that features the main Joestar and a little bit of the setting in the background. In Chapter 1, we're actually given the full spread in color, and now we see that the main Joestar of this part, his name is Jodio, and the part is going to take place in Hawaii. This text is funny because I actually thought that the part was going to take place in the Caribbean, kind of like a pirate adventure, not unlike another franchise that you may have heard of. In hindsight, I definitely should have known that that wasn't the case, because in this image that he gave us a preview for Chapter 1, we can see that there's an airport and surfboards, and I'm not sure that surfing is popular in the Caribbean. But anyway, like the last preview, this also shows up in the first chapter. So we know that we're in Honolulu, Hawaii, because these officers are wearing Honolulu police badges. So there's that, and also the fact that he just does straight up tell us he moved to Honolulu from Atlantic City. So we have another American Joestar, and he's from New Jersey. So we get to the fun stuff right away here. How is Jodio a Joestar, and what Joestar or Joestars does he represent? So unsurprisingly, the Dio part of Jodio is written the same way that Dio Brando's name is written in Part 1. So if his mother is a Joestar, his father is probably a Brando, which would kind of make him the Giorno of this universe. Also on the family tree, we can see that Barbara and Holly are sisters, making them both daughters of Joseph Joestar, and ever so slightly connecting these characters to characters in Part 8. So unlike Part 8, which was a story about curses, they really drive home that this is a story on how Jodio became filthy rich. He seems to be like the antithesis to Giorno, because Giorno was actually a thug with like a heart of gold. But in Chapter 1, we see that Jodio is like very invested in the criminal activities he's in, and he believes himself to be above others. Thanks for watching. I hope you read it, and I hope you like it, because I'm super excited for this part.